The portal continues to heat up for Texas Tech as the portal entry window officially closes tonight. In today's video, we'll discuss the latest two Texas Tech transfer portal targets, their potential fit with the Red Raiders, and much, much more. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's RC Maxfield here for the Back to 12 podcast. And listen, I know y'all know the drill by now, but just one more reminder. Like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell if you want to stay in the know on everything Texas Tech men's basketball when it comes to the transfer portal. You got Elijah Hawkins. Now let's see who else Grant McCaslin and crew can add to this 2024-2025 Texas Tech men's basketball roster. And I promise you this, you'll be the first to know. If you do like the video, hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell as we're dropping videos as soon as commitments happen. All right, let's jump into the latest portal contacts / targets for the Red Raiders. And I'm not going to lie to you, if you have watched this channel just even a little bit during portal season, you would know that I was all in on Kevin Overton, the Drake transfer that did end up in the 806. He has been my favorite prospect that Texas Tech has targeted and then eventually landed. But when it comes to this guy we're talking about right now, this is the one. This is the one that I want Texas Tech to land the most. And his name is J.T. Toppin from New Mexico, a 6'9", 210-pound forward, averaged 12.4 points, 9.1 rebounds, and, well, he did it in 26 minutes per game as a true freshman on an NCAA tournament team. He was the 2023-2024 Mountain West Freshman of the Year. That may sound familiar to you because, well, Texas Tech last portal cycle landed the 2022-2023 Mountain West Player of the Year. Freshman of the Year, excuse me. I think that worked out pretty well for the Red Raiders. I don't know. Darion Williams, just my opinion. J.T. Toppin is a second-team All-West Mountain West player, and he led the Mountain West in field goal percentage, rebounds, offensive rebounds, and blocks as a true freshman. His 62.3% field goal percentage was top 20 nationally in NCAA history for a true freshman. He is a Dallas, Texas native, and he has heavy connections to the Texas Tech men's basketball program with GM Kellen Buffington, and then also played high school basketball with Texas Tech walk-on Jazz Henderson Jr. Now, when it comes to the synergy numbers, because I know a lot of y'all love to do that deep dive with me, and trust me, I'm a nerd when it comes to that stuff. J.T. Toppin may have the best synergy page in terms of advanced metrics that I have seen from any Texas Tech transfer portal target. Let's jump into it. He ranks 85th percentile or higher in the following categories, according to Synergy. Against man, 95th percentile. Against zone, 94th percentile. Against press, 94th percentile. Out of bounds plays, 87th percentile. In transition, 98th percentile. Oh, and by the way, he ranks 70th percentile, which is very good according to Synergy, in the pick and roll as a roll man. Don't be surprised if you hear J.T. Toppin really commit to his next school pretty quickly, okay? But when it comes to his potential impact, if he were to go to the 806, he's an all-conference type player the moment he steps foot on campus. And he's, again, truthfully my favorite player that Texas Tech has contacted in the portal. He's that big of a difference maker. In my opinion, if you were to land J.T. Toppin and have D5, you instantaneously have one of the best front court duos in the Big 12, the best conference in America, and I don't think it's debatable. That's how good J.T. Toppin, and we know how good D5 is, okay? When I watch him in terms of his pro comparison, he reminds me of a smaller Nick Claxton. For those that don't know, Nick Claxton played at Georgia and now is the starting center for the Brooklyn Nets. He kind of reminds me of that, where you're going to have to really get him involved in the offense from a pick and roll standpoint. But on the defensive end, he's going to wreak havoc. Again, he led the Mountain West Conference, a conference that had six teams make the NCAA tournament last year as a true freshman in blocks with 1.9 per game. He is a true defensive anchor and athletic enough to guard 1 through 5. He is a blue chip type recruit in the portal right now. And I think Texas Tech, well, I think they have a pretty solid chance at potentially landing his commitment. All right, let's talk about one that really hadn't been talked about all that much in Texas Tech spaces, At least from the content that I've seen and content creators making content, I haven't seen his name much. I know Austin Massey was the first one to mention his name over on the Scarlet and Black Insider. And if you aren't on the Scarlet and Black Insider, I don't know what you're doing at this point. Jacob Harris, Austin Massey, and myself are keeping you in the know on everything Texas Tech men's basketball as soon as it happens. These videos take some time to make, people. Probably about 45 minutes to an hour. If you want to know as soon as the news breaks in terms of, hey, Texas Tech has contacted this player, head on over to the Scarlet and Black Insider and join the fastest growing Texas Tech community on the internet today over on scarletandblackinsider.com. All right. As I mentioned, Austin Massey was the one that brought his name up first. Nate Santos from Dayton, a 6'7", 210-pound forward, 1 year of eligibility left. He averaged 11.7 points per game last year, 6.3 rebounds, 1.1 assists, and shot 41% from three. You'll take that. Santos is legitimately an elite shooter by virtually every synergy metric you can look at. I mean, he is an absolute sniper out there. He ranked 94th percentile, as you can see at the bottom of your screen here in just a second, nationally on catch and shoot opportunities. And oh, by the way, when it came to spot up opportunities, he had just this significant drop off. Just kidding. It goes to 91st percentile. In the pick and roll, he ranked 72nd percentile for his size at 6'7", 210. He's a really good screener. Really good. Okay. Really solid in the roll man type position in the pick and roll. He's also a good, strong finisher in transition, ranking 82nd percentile in that regard. He's just really solid all-around player. Like, he stands out shooting the ball. There's no doubt about that. But outside of that, every aspect of his game is average to above average. And that's not a diss. That's a really good thing for a guy like him. He's got a high basketball IQ. He's active on defense. He can guard 1 through 4. You probably feel better about him guarding 2 through 4, but he can guard primary ball handlers if it is at a pick and roll switch type situation. He offers versatility on both ends of the floor. You can play him at the 4 spot, the 3, even the 2 if you need to on the offensive end, and he can obviously guard those positions and even guard the 1s if need be. Now, I really like Santos in terms of his potential impact from a depth perspective. I don't think he's a starter, but I think he could play real meaningful minutes. I'm talking about 18 to 23 a game and be a really valuable player off the Texas Tech bench if he were to commit to the Scarlet and Black. Now, again, I love a good shooter, and that's what Nate Santos is. He's one of those guys where you don't have to really run a play for him because his high basketball IQ, he can run out into the corner, find the soft spot. Oh, by the way, in the corner, he shoots 40+% from three. I mean, he shot 40+% from three for the entire year, but on the left arc, he actually shot 50%. So you think about kind of that in the terms of now you got a guy in Elijah Hawkins, and if you go out and add another big, where you can play pick and roll basketball and you can just space the hell out of teams, and you have Chance McMillan on the floor, potentially a Nate Santos, D5, Kerwin Walton. Now you're cooking if you're Texas Tech in terms of spacing the floor, getting those catch and shoot opportunities, and really being a lethal offense from the pick and roll perspective and the catch and shoot. And Nate Santos, I think, would be a really, really good add for the Red Raiders. All right. Again, the 2 names to watch are JT Toppin from New Mexico, a guy that is my favorite player that Texas Tech has contacted in the portal in this cycle so far. And then Nate Santos, a guy that I think can be an invaluable depth piece for Texas Tech and play 18 to 23 minutes and be an absolute sniper and really good, versatile defender for the Red Raiders. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell to join the largest group of Texas Tech fans here on YouTube. Almost 10,000 strong. Last I checked, we were about 115 away from 10,000. I think we can get there before June. I really, really do, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning into these videos. I know a lot of people have liked them, but it's always good to get reassurance, and maybe I'm doing too many, maybe I'm not doing enough. Let me know by simply liking the video. And once again, hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell to join the largest group of Texas Tech fans here on YouTube today in the Back to 12 podcast channel.